Hey there, and welcome back to another Just Tap session, a space where we get out of our minds and drop into our bodies through the power of EFT tapping. Today, we're going to be focusing on clearing off any guilt that we are feeling when it comes to setting healthy and loving boundaries. The sun is now shining. Summer is in full swing with school having just ended. And maybe you're finding yourself having a hard time setting those boundaries, saying yes to all kinds of things and overcommitting yourself when you are actually feeling depleted, when you actually just need some time for yourself. But there's so much going on. And sometimes when the weather's unexpected, when it's a nice day, we just want to go and do all of the things and, say, well, rest when on the next rainy day. However, it is so important that we have those boundaries for ourselves, for our self-care, and also for our work, getting the things that we know that needs to be done, especially if we're an online entrepreneur or a solo entrepreneur. When the weather's nice and when it's a beautiful day, it's all so easy to just go out and enjoy the weather and push everything off to a rainy day. And so if you're feeling any of this, then this tapping session is going to help you clear the guilt so that you can really set those boundaries for yourself to take care of you first and also take care of your work and the goals that you have set for yourself. As always, before we dive in, I want to remind you that we're going to be using our hands throughout this session to tap on different meridian points throughout our face and our body. So hopefully you are hands-free right now and you could join in on this tapping session with me. If you aren't, then you can still choose to listen in because the powerful I am affirmations that I'm going to be saying is powerful enough for you to experience a shift. And if you enjoy it, then star this episode so that you can come back at a later time to tap through the sequence with me. If you want to learn more about EFT before diving in, then check out my website that I've included a link below to learn more about EFT and the tapping points that we are going to go through. All right, let's dive in. I invite you now to take a deep belly breath in and feel your belly expand. And on your exhale, bring your awareness to your heart center. And take a moment to tune in to that guilty feeling that you feel when it comes to setting boundaries, when it comes to saying no to others, no to certain commitments. How guilty do you feel? And if you had to rate that on a scale from 0 to 10, 0 being there is no guilt at all, you set boundaries with ease. And 10 being there is so much guilt, you actually cannot say no to anybody. And as a result, you're pulled in a whole bunch of different directions and feeling depleted. Once you have that number, we're going to start tapping on the side of our hand with our affirmation statements. You can repeat after me out loud or in your head. Even though I find it hard to set boundaries without feeling guilty, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I often put others' needs before my own, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I want stronger boundaries, but I'm afraid how others will react, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Moving to the top of the head. It feels hard to speak my needs. Eyebrow point. I've been taught to always be available. Side of the eye. Saying no still feels uncomfortable. Under the eye. I worry others will feel rejected or upset. Under the nose. Sometimes I abandon my own needs to avoid conflict. The chin. My energy has paid the price for unclear boundaries. Collarbone. I feel the weight of saying yes when I really want to say no. Under the arm. Part of me still feels like setting boundaries is selfish. And the wrist. But I am ready to release this guilt and reclaim my space. And back to the top of the head for our last round. I am worthy of protecting my time and energy. Eyebrow point. Boundaries are an act of self-love. Side of the eye. When I honor myself, I show others how to honor me. Under the eye. It is safe for me to say no with grace. Under the nose. My needs and desires matter. The chin. I trust myself to create clear and loving boundaries. Collarbone. Each boundary I set creates more peace in my life. Under the arm. I honor others and I honor myself. And the wrist. I am grounded, whole, and safe to take up space. And when you're ready, release. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, bring your awareness back to your heart center, back to the scale that you had set at the beginning of this tapping meditation. Where does your guilt fall now? Hopefully it goes closer to zero, closer to the point where you do feel confident, you feel at ease, and you are ready to honor yourself by setting those boundaries in a loving way. It doesn't have to be a big, abrupt no. You can set them lovingly and explain your situation and how you're feeling and what else you need to be doing instead of, saying yes to that invitation or whatever it is. If you're not quite there yet at that zero mark or at the place where you want to be able to say no when that's really what you want to say. And we know it. We know when we say yes to things and we're like, what I really want to say is no. And so if you still feel that, then you are welcome to redo this tapping meditation. We really cannot tap enough just until you feel that confidence and that ease to set those healthy and loving boundaries. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this resonated with you. And if it did, and you know of someone else who can benefit from this tapping meditation and who can benefit from setting those healthy boundaries to take more space and time for themselves, then share this with them so that they can experience the power of EFT. Have a fantastic week. And until next time, be empowered.